Hi, welcome. Today we're looking at the story of Naaman in the Old Testament from the second book of Kings, chapter 5, and we shall look at the fulfillment, the meaning behind this story. So the Bible said Naaman is a commander for army for the king of Syria. So he's a very high ranking officer there, and but he had leprosy. And so he heard from the maid who served his wife that, if he were to be in the prophet in Israel would be able to heal him, to cure him of his leprosy. So he came to the king of Syria, and the king sent a letter with Naaman, and they went to the Israelite king. And when the king got the letter, he torn his clothes because he didn't know what to do, for he cannot heal of Naaman of his leprosy. And so Naaman came really prepared. He brought with him, golds and stuff like in the olden days. So basically, he is ready to be cured, and he is wanting to repay that favor with wealth, physical wealth, because he was obviously a little bit well off, for his holding high position. So when Elisha, the prophet, heard that the king torn his clothes, he asked for Naaman to be sent to him. And Elisha, the prophet, just simply said to him that to go and wash in the Jordan seven times. And obviously at first Naaman thought, in his country there's so many good water there, so many rivers there, what's good about this Jordan river? So he refused, but his servant sort of convinced him to, like, oh, if you were told to do something so difficult, you would do it because you want to be healed of leprosy. So why something easy you were not doing? So Naaman then did it. He went into the Jordan River, dipped himself 7 times in the water, and he was absolutely cured of his leprosy. So basically, that is the story. And now, as a man going out to build the house, he made the design of the house. Then he built the house according to the design. When the house is completed, it becomes the fulfillment of that design. And God has given us this story as a design because there is a fulfillment. Because God wanted everything to happen like that. Just like we, when we build the house, we definitely make effort to draw first how many bedrooms we want, how many bathrooms we want. So God, in his infinite wisdom, has already given us this true, real story that really did happen. And Naaman was cured of his leprosy as a design for the fulfillment to come, that is when Jesus Christ come, and especially after his resurrection, until the end of time, for all people, all generation, all nation to be healed of the leprosy of our spiritual body. That is the baptism. So when we are baptized in Christ, when Christ gives us baptism, we are healed of our spiritual sickness, and our spiritual body is restored. And so the fulfillment is baptism. And you can imagine how great is the number, not for one person. So in the design, Naaman was healed, one person. In the fulfillment time is for all people, all nation, all generation. So if you look at our generation alone, there's a big group of Catholics, there's a big group of Christian, there's a big group of Orthodox. Even just one generation, and you include these 3 groups, you will see that is so great a number. And that is the fulfillment for our generation. but you have to include all generations from the moment of Jesus' resurrection until the end of time. All people, all nations, whoever is baptized in Christ Jesus will receive the fulfillment, healing of this miracle. And so that is the way of God. God intentionally made this Naaman story to be true first, to actually happen first, for the fulfillment to come. And so when we look at the fulfillment, we see so great, just like the house, we can live in and we can use it, whereas the design, we just only for looking. And so this story was just a physical healing of leprosy, but a spiritual restoration of our bodies for many is the fulfillment. So thank you for joining me.